Previously on X-Men, we have the Bone Crusher wave. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to A&R. I'm going to be talking about Marvel Legends figures today. One of them is right here. It is Maggot. This guy's a very interesting character, so I'm really excited to get this guy open. It is the first time I'm going to have a Maggot Marvel Legends figure. It just sounds weird. Package-wise, well, it's the standard Marvel Legends packaging. You got the X-Men logo in the front. As you can see, this figure right here rotating. They put together Bone Crusher from this wave, and we'll get to Bone Crusher in our next video. So I got DeWalter here, and we'll get this guy opened up. And we got these, they just feel weird. So Maggot has a very interesting story. Early on, it was thought that he had cancer because having some kind of stomach pains, and it was getting worse and worse and worse until Magneto came in and they found out that it wasn't cancer. He actually had two giant slugs going in and out of his body. And although it sounds like a weird power to have, it actually turned out to save the X-Men in a situation where Cyclops had a bomb and the two slugs, actually one of the slugs ate the bomb. Their slug's name is Eenie and Nini. So looking at this guy right here, I think he looks pretty cool. He's got the yellow eyes. They look like the Sith eyes. I love the little white hair at the top here, sculpted. Very menacing looking face. The sculpting on the shoulder area here is pretty cool. It's unique. The jacket's pretty nice, textured with the cut at the bottom here. So I do like the way he looks. There's a nice clean paint all over the place. There's no bleeding. The white and the blue at the top here on his chest is nice. Yeah, overall, I think that they did a good job. I also love the fact that the knee pads right here are sculpted on as well. So there was a lot of great deal of attention paid to this. And he also is pinless in the arm area. Unfortunately, not pinless in the leg area. There is pinned legs right there. But other than that, I think they did a good job of making him look really cool. One thing I want to mention is, although this may look like two pieces, the jacket and the shoulder piece, they are actually attached. So if you lift it up, you'll see that they are attached inside the seam here. So be careful when you are trying to move the arm, and if you think that this is independent of the jacket, you might rip it right off because it's only held together at the very top part here. The rest of the shoulder pads are not glued on to give it more flexibility, which is pretty good. But just be careful that when you're, moving this arm and the shoulder pads around, that you don't want to pull too hard. You might just rip it right off the jacket. So one thing with the Maggot that we have here, he doesn't have any shades. I've noticed in the comics he wears shades all the time, and it would have been cool if they inserted a shade that he could put on and take off. It would have been nice to have that little piece. So for articulation, you've got a bevy of cool looking articulated parts here on him. You have double elbow, you have shoulder joints, you have bicep swivel, wrist articulation. You even have a boot swivel. So you have that, ab crunch, waist swivel, thigh cut, double knees. You don't have butterfly joints, but you do have, like I said, you have the ability to move the arm as high as you can here. And this pad does move enough so it doesn't restrict it. Because sometimes, if you've seen figures, they have a hard shoulder piece and you can't move the arm or even rotate the arm up and down or back and forth. So the fact that it's a little bit less restricted kind of makes a difference here for him to get that range. And then you have the main attraction, the two slugs. Now for me, I don't know. I mean, I do like it in some ways, but I kind of wish they were bendable and you could get them into shapes, because this guy's already curled up here and you can't get him into any other shape. So I would have loved it if they somehow made it bendable, that you can actually manipulate these guys and have them and doing different poses. It would have been cool to do that. In the comics, these guys both have different looks. I would have loved to see a little bit more attention to detail. Even the teeth here, if they painted it white, would have been nice. It just looks kind of dull. and you know, it doesn't really stand out. I do like the fact that the eyes are painted red, so that's pretty cool, and they're really nice red. Having them being able to bend, you know, and shape them the way you want would have been really, really cool. Just like the name Darwin, this guy, he adapts to survive. All right, so backstory on this guy is, well, he basically can change his body and evolve in any condition at any time to survive. I mean, that is a pretty cool superpower. This guy evolves, and you should too. You should definitely evolve and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. All right, let's open this guy up here. So he comes with a half a tank, which is for a bone breaker. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty generic figure. For a figure that's called Darwin and his powers are evolve, they could have made this in maybe a deluxe, maybe remove this figure from this line and put him in a deluxe where he's got different parts that you can add him on, or different looks, so he looks like he evolved, or it can change from different environments. I don't know. I mean, it is a tough situation because your budget is, you know, pretty slim for Marvel Legends to put a figure out, but it just looks so plain and boring. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. He is a B-list character, so he's not that big in the top of the food chain. I mean, aside from the alien face there, the alien head, it's pretty plain Jane here. You got two-tone, purple and dark blue. And that's about it, folks. You've got these two hands here. I mean, at least he gets a set of hands. Half the guys in this line don't even get anything. You know, so yeah, that's saying something. Paint-wise, the purple and the blue, there's no bleeding here. It's pretty cool. It's done well. It's a nice purple. I like the purple. The belt has a little bit of a red here, or orangey. Actually, it's orange more than red. But skin tone on him is good. The nice white googly alien eyes are nice. It's a simple figure. It's yeah. If you read the comics and you like this deep dive into these X-Men figures, then great, go pick this guy up. So quick fun fact here, because we have Vulcan and Darwin in this wave, the two of them are actually teammates, but that storyline got wiped out from everyone's mind after it led to the death of most of the roster. So they were, you know, teammates, but they had no idea. But I thought to throw that in there because they're in this wave, so I think that's a pretty smart nod on the Marvel Legends team to do that. So articulation-wise, he does have a lot of articulation. He actually has bicep swivel, he has double knee and elbow, he has butterfly joint, his head is on a hinge, and ankle rotation, thigh cut, he's got ab crunch, he's got, you know, he's got all the articulation you need from a character like him. He's very evolved. Hey, boo! Alright, so my final take on these two guys. Well, I think Maggot is probably the better of the two here in terms of how cool he looks, his accessories. For me, Darwin is just very bland and boring, but it's really hard. How are you going to make a character with a unique power like he has into a figure, right? I mean, you can only make one of this. You're not going to give him, you know, give us like 7 different body parts to change him around. The cost would just be ridiculous. So for me, I just you know, want to say at least they made the figure so you can actually put them in your collection if you want to deep dive into X-Men. So the fact that they made it is cool, and they did give him some good articulation. So I appreciate that. But for me, the star of the show out of these two right here is Maggot. He just looks the part. I kind of wish they spend more time on the actual slugs to make them look a little cool, and maybe they should have given, you know, a pair of shades to him. It would have really set it off. But overall, pretty good figures here. So before we head out, I just wanted to let you guys know we at A&R are giving away prizes every month. You have a chance to win cool figures like these two right here we're giving away this month. All you have to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment, and tell us which figure you would want to win, and we'll ship it out to you. One lucky winner will get this one, the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange movie figure, and somebody else is going to win the Luke Skywalker from SH Figure Arts. As always, have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.